Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. Today I will be starting off with Veal versus Serenity and then I will be following the bracket all the way through the finals. I've also got a whole bunch of replays basically listed to show you guys in between the matches. That includes some gameplay of the new Object 260. So hopefully that's going to be fun as well. But we're all here for the tournaments first and foremost. So we're going to enjoy that the most. Veal already completely there. Serenity coming in as well. Not all completely there. Both teams are missing one player so far, but I'm sure that they will come since there is plenty of time. It is an interesting night though, because when you look at all the matches and the matchups that we are getting, basically the whole seeding abuse is just so apparent, and it's just so sad as in the way of just disgusting, really. And I know the system allows it, but that doesn't make it morally right to do. And it's just sad that it happens and that it is used to basically rig the top 8, because that is basically what's happening. There are teams that are very top 8 in how they are and how they play, that because of the seeding abuse they get put against the teams that they're not supposed to meet early on, and that's keeping teams out of the top 8. So that is, yeah, I can rant about that for a very long time, but I think we're all in agreement that it's just not okay. So in the meantime, Veal is there. Serenity, I mean, they've got plenty of time. 3.5 minutes left before the games actually start. So that is more than plenty to get the team together and decide on the lineup for Dynasty Brawl. Because that is the map that we are starting on. In the meantime, I accidentally opened a different program, which is fine. I just need to to load so that I can close it. Let's have a look. I'll actually have a look at the map. Haven't done that in a while. Generally do not bother all that much when it comes to the whole basically prove your skill, because usually the matches aren't that intense, but when you have Serenity versus Veal, it does count as intense. So let's have a look. This is the map that we're starting on. I keep calling this the panda map because there's just a giant panda in the map. But yeah, you have base A, which is generally the heavy base C, the med base, and base B in the middle. What we usually see here is a lot of basically aggression with super heavies and everything, and crossfire. That is basically what happens in this map most of the time. I find this map is tiny, and usually it's one of the less interesting maps to see in a tournament, mainly because the map is so tiny. There's basically, it leads to crossfire and pushes quite fast, or you get like very still made gaming. So it's just but we'll see what these teams will bring us. It is only a best of 3, so the first two victories will be going through to the next round. Reaching today has already basically proven to be very much needed in terms of cups and all. But the higher you get, the more of a whatchamacallit, not leeway, but basically space you have. And in this case, we have Veal, who is currently listed 15th. So that is, for them, there's a lot riding on this. Whereas Serenity is currently listed 2nd. So for them, there's a lot riding on it for Veal. Let's put it that way. Because at some point they would have to beat Serenity. But the thing is that they need the cups in order to get the top 8. And they need to do really good today in order to get that. So having to start off against Serenity is, let's say, not the ideal situation. So 40 seconds left before we go into the game. We have Veal now ready with 2 IS4s, 2 mice, a Kranwagen and 2 E5s versus 2 mice, 3 Kranwagens and 2 IS4s, so less mobility and a lot more armor basically on Serenity's side. And to be fair, that can work because the map is so tiny. Mobility here doesn't help you all that much. But yeah, of course it all depends on where they go and what they do. 5 seconds left to go before we go into the very first game. And here we go. Let's see. Funny, well, not funny. Currently, all the most interesting matches today are, save for the matches from BPS, are happening on this side of the bracket. And that also means that most of the streamers are here. We actually had to ask Wargaming to relocate one of us so that the other side of the bracket would be streamed as well at some point, aside from the very first matches. So let's have a look and let's go up and away. Veal heading towards the C side with a little bit towards B. The IS-4s seemingly staying in the spawn right now. Whereas Serenity is heading all the way towards base A, with the mice probably going towards base B to hold. And the thing is, if they don't spot anyone, they will have an early cap here. And it looks to be like that is going to happen. Because there's no one there to decap dog here. So many people, I'm just going to call them by the last bit. Let's have a look. Base A has now been capped. They are driving into base C, but in this case, Serenity already has a point advantage. The mouse is there. Base is getting reset, but it has been capped. Ego and Veal Rider losing a little bit of HP here. Spitfire is taking a side scraping position. Thing is that in this case, basically Veal will have to take the action, and they will have to time it just right. Ego getting hit into Jill there, and getting hit in return. Now the IS-4s are moving. That is a dangerous thing to do because they're right in the line of fire from all of them. And you see Lauro hesitating, and that in this case is probably going to cost him more HP. It seems that Veal is pushing, but they're pushing against Serenity's strength here, and they would have to make quick work of those 2 mice in the middle if they want this to work. Ego losing more HP. The IS-4s are pulling back. We have several fully loaded Kranwagens now heading their way. And even though the Kranwagens are losing HP, it seems to me that Veal is just losing it more quickly. Elysium is almost gone, and he gets taken out. Then we have Lauro, who's now being focused. Spitfires and Jill have been taken out though, and they are working on getting Flytix out of the scene as well. But it is a tricky situation. Lauro low on HP, gets taken out, but not before Flytix. Both teams have lost 3 guns right now, but the mouse Ego is not looking too healthy, and he's not going to survive for much longer. He gets taken out. We have a 1v1 happening in the middle there. And in this case, Veal Rider and Zero are shooting different targets, and that's not going to help their case. Veal Rider, preferred target, losing HP quite quickly, and there he goes. Yuri in the middle. Sorry, it's not mouse, it's E5 versus mouse there. But 0 accuracy. Will be able to get another shot in, but I don't think. There goes Yuri. And now 0 is all that is left. And I think in this case, the fact that those IS-4s, the idea of it wasn't bad, but in this case it just cost them too much HP to push. They were pushing against the strength rather than the weakness. Devil still there, takes a hit. It is a mouse, he will bounce some shots, but as you can see, he is losing HP quite quickly as well. So in this case, there's not much sheer accuracy can do, aside from getting another shot in. But there he goes. And the first match is for Serenity. And to be fair, that was definitely not a stalemate match. Damage-wise, it isn't even that far apart. But yeah, that push from the Ice Force, though I understand why they wanted to, because they felt that the Kranvalken did not have enough support. But pretty much more than half of Serenity was behind him. And yeah, in this case, that basically cost Veal the game. Serenity managed to regroup fast enough to avoid basically collapsing on one side, on one flank. One minute and 12 seconds left to go before we go into the second match of this best of three. And again, the pressure is definitely on Veal. They need this if they want to have any hopes of top 8. And Serenity is definitely not going to make it easy for them. They might be able to go to challenge. Well, they should be able to go to challenges actually, because they have been here and they have enough cups for that. So let's have a look. Veal now ready with 3 Ice Force, 2 Mice and 2 Kranwagens. Versus 2 Mice, potentially 3 Ice Force and 2 Kranwagens if they ready up as is. 30 seconds left to go. Geo needs to ready up. Thing is, neither of these teams are going well with quick tanks here. Now we see an E5 arriving instead of a Kranwagen. And a Kranwagen, yes, the DPM they can dish out is great, but it is tricky as well. And there we go, another E5. Devil needs to ready up though, and there we go, another E5. So we have 2 Mice, 2 Ice Force and 3 E5s. No Kranwagens anymore. Let's have a look. London is blue. Okay. Not sure what that means, but okay. Oh, they're probably talking football. Veal now basically doing what Serenity did last match, mostly focusing on base A with the Mice going towards the middle. And we have Serenity doing something similar. First shot has been taken. First shots now. And now basically the teams are hunkering down, digging in. Oof, Familo taking quite a bit of damage there. Basically everyone is on this side of the map. Mice versus Mice. Devil taking a little bit of a hit there. And as said, a lot of rights on this for Veal. Aww, thank you, Ferris. So let's have a look. Devil losing a little bit more HP there, not picking out carefully enough. I think there was a blind shot, but there was no one there to shoot. But this is basically what they're doing now. They're slowly whittling away each other's HP where they can. And that means that both teams are a bit undecided. Right now, Veal has the advantage of more HP. So that means that currently they would win the match if they kept all their HP. But that's of course not going to happen. Let's see. basically they all just need to hold, and that can be tricky. Now we have Veal moving around the back, probably going towards base C, which is a good call. Ego is there though, and I wonder how that is going to go, because they will be spawning each other. And Veal decides to shoot Ego. He has been spotted, but they're not responding to him. And he do get a hit in. And now we have Veal pushing, trusting on the E5 to stay away for long, but it is an E5, it is relatively mobile. Lauro losing a lot of HP as they push. They will have to make sure that every shot counts. They will have to focus fire so much here. And basically get all the shots in that they can. Lauro gets taken out first, followed by Pipo, Devil. Elysium getting a shot a lot as well. Pla gets taken out. Elysium not looking too healthy, but still alive for now. Vol Rider pulling back a little bit as he reloads. And then just tracking, that is always brutal. Flytix getting sandwiched between Vol Rider and Ego. Dog now moving in. They need to not block each other though. I think there was a little bit of miscommunication there. So far Serenity has lost 3 guns, but HP wise they're at a different advantage versus Veal. So that is tricky. They need to keep their tanks alive. Ego has been taken out. 0 accuracy is out. It is 4 versus 4. And this is where the E5s are generally more reliable than the Kranwagens, because they just have more DPM. And currently Veal is like full HP here. Yuri tries to protect for a Miller there, but it's not working. Vol Rider getting set up on as well. Yuri on his own versus 2. And this is not going to go well for Veal. And Serenity will have this match. In both matches, I feel that Veal basically pushed prematurely. It is understandable in this case why they pushed with the E5, but it was the E5 that was there, not a mouse. The tank that was out of the equation was only out of the equation for a very short time. Not sure how that happened. But hey, we'll take it. And he gets another shot in of damage. Kimmich is just in the middle, getting some shots. This is technically not like good, but it's funny. But there we go. Veal finally getting that shot in. And the match is for Serenity. And it is sad though, because I mean it is Veal. They've got really good players in there as well, along with Elysium, who is a key at basically calling. So it's sad to see this result. At the same time, Serenity just played very solidly. They held the push, they responded to the push very well, and that just really worked. So that is the first match up and over. Let's have a quick look how everyone else is doing. BPS beat Sparta. Tercios Españoles beat Demo. Who else have we got? A1 N1 beat Kraken S. And so we are off against IW versus Serenity next. And let's have a look at when that is. I'm currently reading you from the Blitz assistant, by the way. Let's have a look. In 17 minutes. So let's have a look. I got a bunch of replays. I'm going to start off with one I just got sent in from my clanmate who is eager to see my reaction to it. And he said it was nothing special, but it is an ace, so I don't know. Sorry, itch in my throat. So let's have a look. And it is, of course, in a lovely Objective 60 pike. And I have to say, I absolutely love the tank. It is in crates, and that's why it's bad, because crates are bad and they're gambling. I did not expect Wargaming to actually put a max on it, as in with charms and everything. But still, the tank will cost you roughly €200 if you don't get it from crates before. And that is really expensive for a pixel game. I mean, come on. But yeah, the tank itself, it does look bloody awesome. And I love the way that it drives. It's a heavium, and that just really works for me. I made a review, it's on my channel as well. And that goes more into details about how the tank drives and everything. But I just love the way that it looks. And I got a bunch of replays, including the ones that I used in my thingy review. That's the word I was looking for. But as you can see, the tank is very mobile, and that's just, it's lovely. You just need to not get shot at, because you don't have the armor of a regular heavy. It doesn't work that way. And Grange just basically warned me that he was going full YOLO, which is pretty much what he's doing right now. No idea how he's bouncing anything at this stage. Mainly because they're not all shooting at him. And he has a teammate with him. One of them just got blown up though. And there we go, that's one gone. Oof. So this might be tricky. He's also just not using sniper mode at all. But hey, if it works. Oof, missed though. And no adrenaline. And another bounce. But that's very aggressive gameplay though. He was right about that. Real trying to run away. And getting chased. And our lovely 260. Wow, the F4. You have like this whole great turret, and you aim for the part, and then you hit the part that you couldn't pen. Funny thing is that the armor of this thing isn't that good, but he's bounced so much this game already. So he's obviously got a knack for this tank. Let's see. I'm not sure if you will have the gun depression to shoot him though. Yeah, that's what I thought. It is a Russian tank, so you can't forget that. But he seems to be getting away with it. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not disappointed so far, Grangers. Now we know that someone is there. There you go. Oof. There will be some nice assisted damage, I think. I think he was someone that spotted him. Not sure. It helps if they shoot the ground instead of you. Oof. Yeah, wiggling with this tank isn't all too effective, to be honest. There we go. How, honestly, you are so lucky this game, though. There we go. He needs either a low roll or another lovely bounce. That works as well. That was very much needed. Go for it. You can do it. Oh, that bounce. Okay, I understand why you like this match. That was a very funny game. Lovely game all around. This guy, though, there has to be an ace. That's a first class. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, the ace bar on the pike isn't that high yet. But that was a great game as well for him. Well done. So that is the first game that I've got loaded here. Top game. They cannot take the Rocket Sheridan because that is not allowed in tournaments. Let's have a look. What else have I got? I got a whole bunch of replays for you, actually. I got a realistic tournament replay, so let's show that as well. Let's see. Just like, I have no idea where to find that. Let's see. Ooh, phenolate. That is lucky, not gonna lie. Well done. Now this is a game mode I do not like. I don't play it myself. I mean, yeah, it can be fun and all, but it's just not my cup of tea. And technically speaking, you should not be able to use a speed boost like this in realistic mode, because it's not realistic at all. Let's see if I can find it somewhere. This is basically the fact that you just... I always use auto aim and everything. It doesn't really work as intended. So that's always tricky. Let's see. I'm trying to find you the link. Honestly, no idea where to find it. Where can I even... Oh, this is not helpful at all. I'll find it after the stream, Yusuf. Because I don't want to open new pages on my laptop right now. Maybe I can find it in studio on my phone while we watch you play. Memberships. No idea. Okay, I'll DM it to you. I think I found it. No promises though. I like how he's not even looking at you, and then bounces on you. Not gonna lie, you did get lucky there. DM'd it to you. There you go, more bounces. Always lovely when they give you your flank like that. That did not pen. There you go. Lots of damage done. This is basically what I don't like. I like seeing my tanks. I like seeing what HP they have left and everything. Just by not having to look straight at them all the time. Oof. I mean, the last one's alive. Right now, it's just ranking up the damage. It's a good game. But it's just, ugh, realistic. Not a fan. Oof, he got taken out as well. And you can't see them. He has to get this in. Oh! Aw. Oh, bless. Yeah. But there he goes. And it's a victory. Good game, though. Especially in realistic. Well done. Let's see. The room should be up in like a few minutes. I'm not going to show you another replay. Let's have a quick look. Am I right? Yes, in 2.5 minutes thereabouts. So let's not risk that. Let's see. AG now also happening. Don't know quick though. Don't know anyone in there as well. But yeah, basically the 260, I will be talking a bit about it a bit later as well. But just crates, okay? Crates are bad. And basically that's the whole... I'm not sure if the... and someone just asked any changes to tier 10 meta anytime soon. I'm not sure. I don't think the 260 will function as a basically a tournament tank. I don't think it has the armor for that. It's a lovely tank, but it's basically like taking an IS-8 in a tier 9 tournament. You generally wouldn't do that because there's better choices. I do love it though. Let's see. Not much else to say at this point. There we go. Room is up. Timing. So the Falcon Dude will not be able to go into the game with that tank. And we are having a tournament match on another tiny map, namely Hallis. Hallis, I like the map. I'm not sure if I like it as a tournament map because it's so tiny. And I feel that, especially in tier 10, it's not really working out much because of the size. But yeah, I don't know if the tier 10 meta will change, and I think that has to do mainly with it depends on what Wargaming does. If the fantasy consumables are made available to all the tank types, maybe their own sets, I don't know, but like available to every tank, that might change the role of the E5, because the E5 currently is chosen mainly because of those consumables and provisions. And I feel that that can be... it could change the meta if they actually did that, but I'm not sure they're gonna. At the same time, we know that the 215B, it's still there, but rarely. And that used to be like the tank to take. So the meta will change. Wargaming is always changing the meta every half year or so. And maybe once the Yo comes, that will be different. That will come as well. I don't know. I always like seeing meta change. I kind of like the current meta as well. At the same time, it is more predictable. The thing is that there's always tanks that perform better. And you see all the teams take them for that reason. Like now with the E5s, the Kranwagens and the IS-4s. That is basically how you get the job done. We do see a 260 in the enemy team, though. So in the enemy team, I mean in Serenity. Standard, like I'm on one side, they're on the other side, so yeah. But no, it's already changed to an E5. It would be fun to try it out, though. But what I mean is, in any case, is that there's a reason teams pick the same tanks. You will never have a tournament meta where all the tanks are meta. It just doesn't work like that. It's about the combination of tanks, the DPM, the strength of the tanks as a whole, the mobility, the armor, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, 2.5 minutes left to go before we go into the match. Let's have a look at the map real quick. Hellas, you have 3 bases, A and B, basically looking at each other. There's usually holding and lines of fire in there. And base C more to the side of it. But there's just basically lines of fire in there as well. It is a fairly campy map as well. And I just noticed that it kind of looks like a butterfly. Like A and B at the head and then C at the bottom. Oh well, I always see strange patterns. But yeah, let's take that away so it's not blocking your screen. We have 1 minute and 41 seconds left to go before we go into the match. Players are still coming in. But I've no doubt that everyone will have a full team once we actually start. They are using 2 spectators as well. Thing is, I always wonder at that, because most of the pro teams, as in the top 8 teams, don't take spectators. And I think that's mainly to do with when you come to the professionals and all, you don't actually get to spectate. So if you're used to playing the tournaments as a spectator, or at least with spectators, it can be difficult to adjust. So with 50 seconds left, we see now that IW is complete as well. But they're still thinking about tanks, and I don't think that they will take a Death Star. And on Serenity's side, we see 3 E5s, 2 Kranenwagen, an IS-4 and a Figures. And with IW, we see, there we go, a Kranenwagen, 2 E5s, an IS-4. They do take the 1A3. And 2 T22s. That's a very quirky lineup, though. And there you go. 1A3 has been changed to an E5. Serenity switching some people around as well. 14 seconds left before we go into the match. Let's have a look. And here we go. Let's see. Nord camo. Oh my god, honestly. Man and football. So we have IW focusing mainly on the C side with 1 T22 going to overlook the base. And we have Serenity doing a similar movement over here, so that's going to be interesting to see. Money gets spotted, and most of Serenity does as well, and that's going to be tricky. Peepo Geo has been spotted in the Vickers, and he has no armor, so he has to be careful there. He's lost no HP for it though. Dog has moved up. Not going into base A, but definitely keeping them from capping base A. And Serenity seems content to push. Base B is being capped. I'm not sure what they're doing. I think they're hoping that it takes too long for them to get back. Lucy Boosie getting focus fired here. And he's not going to be long for this world at this stage. And there he goes. Delirium has managed to retreat. Base B has been capped. Base A is being capped. And Serenity playing it quite aggressively. But in this case, that really caught IW off guard. So it was a good move. They're now focusing on the Falcon dude and the old school dude. Basically, we have Peepos versus dudes. Falcon gets taken out. Delirium not long for this world. Devil has been taken out though. But basically sacrificing 1 tank. Well, basically they both have 2 tanks out of the equation. Geo is there. Has to be careful not to get shot at a lot. He is putting back wisely using that corpse. He does still take a shot as he goes though. But Serenity has a gun advantage. Flytix is looking very unhealthy though, and Dace is getting shot at. Kimmich is moving in, possibly taking out. Pixel B is kind of luring them in, or trying to. And that is giving his team the opportunity to move in. That was very clever. He's basically bait. And that worked really well. Delirium has been taken out. Watchback is not going to survive this either. And the last one alive now is Money. And he might take out the Vickers. Dace. Ooh, actually taking that shot. I don't think that was meant to happen. I'm not sure what happened to Dace there. But Money is not going to be able to take it. And at 1k, it is Serenity that takes it and takes the kill as well at the end. That was an aggressive game, but Serenity played this really well. Really basically pulled the rug out from under IW's feet. Let's have a look. 1 minute and 33 seconds before we go into the second match, and the pressure is on IW. Because again, it is only a best of 3. So the one that reaches 2 victories first is the one that is through to the next round. IW now ready with 1 Kranenwagen, 3 E5s, and IS4, and 2 T22s again. Versus 2 E5s, 3 Kranenwagens, and IS4, and 1 T22. I feel that on a map like this, you don't necessarily need Vickers. Maybe for the spotting and all. But basically most tanks can get around fairly fast. In this case though, last game, with IW basically leaving 2 tanks behind in their spawn, and then all going towards C, it took them too long to get back, and Serenity used that, basically the lines of fire really well, by just not letting themselves be seen. 30 seconds left. Hey Mutsu. Hey everyone, I should say. But Mutsu specifically told me before that he wouldn't be here tonight, so I'm surprised to see him. Would have been fun to actually see a Death Star though. But basically the meta is anything but TD friendly right now. But lots of my favorite people in the chat right now. And let's see, second match, here we go. Let's have a look. And now we have Serenity basically going for a bit of a middle movement around, but they seem to be content to sort of hold in their spawn. Yeah, now they're moving more towards base C. They're pretty much doing the same thing that IW did, only they're more aggressive. They're getting that base. Shots are being fired. No HP has been taken though. We have the E5s moving towards base C. All of the E5s are moving towards base C from both teams. And now with one base, basically Serenity has the advantage in base and points. And all they need to do is hold. Not much happening right now. Line of fire, but again no damage has been done just yet. Spitfire is holding, not moving from his position. And in this case, with IW not having a base, that can be very tricky. I think they're hoping that base A has been abandoned. And they're not entirely right about that. They're now moving into cap base B. Jill taking a blind shot in a position that is not even close to where he is, but he doesn't know that because he has not been spotted. But There's 155 points between them. E5 is taking a little bit of damage there, not being careful enough. Loosey Bootsy now moving in, potentially wanting to steal base A. Days losing more HP. Veal getting spotted and basically keeping Lucy from going for the cap. Shot happening into the rock there. On the other side we have basically Spitfires losing little bits and pieces of his HP. They have to be very careful with that. He is trying to go for it though, because that would definitely up the pressure on IW more than it already has. Nice building back. He knows the school dude is there. And he's basically just troll capping. If he gets away with that, that would be grand. The moment he gets spotted, oof, they both damage each other somewhat. But it is working though. It is making them nervous. So he's doing it again. Now we have the Kranwagen moving in. Unspotted so far. Loosey Bootsy still looking for base A. They've managed to cap base C. So that ups the pressure. And now we see IW making a move, or maybe not. They are going for base A. But that will keep getting reset by the T-22 most probably. Spitfire is losing more HP. IW is definitely moving in. And pretty much in this case, I feel that Serenity is too far spread out. Base C is being stolen. So now the advantage is in IW's hand, especially with the way that they're rushing here. And the time that it takes for Serenity to pull back together. Kimmage is almost gone. Versus 3 very healthy E5s. So that's not going to go well. And he gets taken out. Base B is being stolen, but so is base A. Money is not looking too healthy, but we have Days here surrounded by 4 tanks. So that's going to be very instant for him. We have Delirium and Money not looking too healthy with 2 Kranwagens, but the Kranwagens are now basically on their slow reload. Lucy has been taken out. Flytix is now the preferred target. He is being chased around here. This was a very, very clever gameplay by IW. Peepo Devil not getting that kill shot that he's looking for. Instead gets taken out. There are 945 points. And even though they only have 1 base, as long as Delirium survives, there is no way that they are losing this battle. And they are feeling it now. They are moving in. IW got a win here. And that was very, very well played. It was close. It was definitely close, but what game though? That's awesome. As for Cloudy Snow just saying Amanda should watch Asia, I will, just not the Prove Your Skill ones. I've still got massive health issues and everything takes a lot of effort for me. I have no energy, no concentration, all of that. But I did take the week off for professionals. It's like the entire week off of work. And that means that I can actually just stream all 3 servers there. So I intend to do just that. And now we get a tiebreaker on Desert Sands. First tiebreaker I think. Not sure. Like at this level at least. I've seen. So let's see. 1 minute left to go before we go to Desert Sands. And we have IW ready in 2 Kranwagens, 3 E5s, a T-22 and an Object 260. Very curious to see how that's going to perform. Interesting choice. Daring choice to be fair. And Serenity taking 4 E5s, 1 Kranwagen and 2 T-22s. this is going to be one hell of a match, because in this case, IW has to be careful not to get overconfident, because they will be on a high after that last game. Managing to pull that against Serenity is definitely something. And don't get me wrong, they're all good players, but Serenity has been very steady so far. They're not in second place with cup-wise for nothing. So that is interesting to see as well. And with the Object 260, it is a risk, but it can potentially work out. Also, there's a 5-minute delay on the stream, so anything you say on stream that I respond to takes ages. But yeah. And here we go into the third match of this best of 3. The tiebreaker. And the 260. I'm hyped. And it's not even a pike. He doesn't have the legendary camera, but I'll forgive him for that, for just using it. Let's have a look. Here we go. Object 260. Heading towards base C. Serenity focusing on the other side. The E5s rushing in. If they all cap together, they might get away with it. And that might be worth the risk or the HP that they lose, because that will put the pressure on Serenity for sure. One of them gets hit, but they're capping with 3 of them, and they get away with it. Now they just need to, like, not be there anymore. Daring move by RW, and I'm excited. You can probably tell right now. Watchback gets tracked there. That is very dangerous. And he gets tracked again. This is perma tracking time. Oh, but he manages to get out. Lucky man. And Serenity is basically, it's not like they're caught off guard, but they definitely wouldn't have been suspecting that. Lucy Boosie needs to be careful that he's not going to get rushed. Both teams are pretty spread out, but most of IW's firepower is here, and they will know that as well. Falcon taking a bit of a hit. Watchback probably eagerly awaiting his fix-it kits to be fixed and available again. Money holding there. Side scraping. They have 2 bases. They have an advantage. They just need to be very, very careful. And I think with the way that the tanks are positioned, I would expect a push on this side, mainly because the Kranenwagen appears to be alone. And that will be very tricky for them. They are lining up to do that. They're pushing on both sides at once. The E5 is now moving in, going after Watchback, who still can't fix himself. And he's in a terrible position there that he can't really get out of. He is not going to survive this. And that is the first gun that they really needed to get out of the way. Pixel Shoot is moving. There's a push happening on both sides. They're getting hit. Base B is being stolen. Pixel Shoot has managed to get out of there. And we have a giant brawl happening on this side. With T-22s versus T-22s. Falcon has been taken out. It was a very good effort. But with the gun disadvantage that they have now, I would expect that it will be Serenity's game here. People Jill still alive. The Object 260 doing what he can. Devil gets blown up. Basically, it's now 4 versus 4. 980. No, actually, there. No way. Oh, that was so close. That was a split second. That was such a split second. Very well played by IW. And I bet Serenity is just like feeling very, very lucky at this stage. Wow. And they take it from the jaws of defeat. Wow, what a game. Wow. Did honestly not expect things to be so close. Look at the difference in damage that the teams did though. That was so close. That was brilliant. Bring me games like this any day. And Serenity can count themselves very lucky. Massive kudos to IW for, and I think it's Infinity War if I remember right. Yeah. Infinity War, you held your own. That was bloody fantastic. Well done. Congratulations to Serenity all the same, but you got so lucky there. Like, really lucky. And you know it. Amazing. Amazing game, really. Wow. Let's have a look. How long do we have until the next match? Serenity, there you are. Versus EG. 40 minutes, that means I can show you at least one game. Probably two. And I'm going to show you a game by Kasu, I think. Let's have a look. That game though, honestly, that was bloody awesome. Let's see. P43er. Do love this tank, to be fair. I love pretty much all the European tanks. Explorer there. I love the Explorer as well with the animated little bits and pieces that it's got. I like the Wargaming's introducing more sort of stuff like that. I just hope that it won't mess with the stability of the game. Kasu, of course, not playing Supremacy. He almost never does, unless he's forced to. Explorer being very forward here. Oof, nice shot. Hey, Kimmich. Oh, I got a really big replay of Shame to show you, but not on this stream yet. Need to wait for Wargaming's reply to something first. But oh my god, that game just now. Don't get me wrong, by the way. Serenity they're a kick-ass team. They're, like I said, they're not seconds for nothing. But they did get really lucky. Oh my god, that was so close. Oof, a little bit too impatient there. Oh, hello. Not sure what that shot was. Don't think he knows either. What is this guy doing? Let's see. I really wish Wargaming will bring back support for controllers, because I would actually like to play PC. But I've given up trying to learn with keyboard and mouse, because that's just not me. Doesn't work for me. This cheetah is a little bit special. Especially now. He's just doomed. There we go. Street wagon arriving, but there's a nice corpse there now. Perfect cover. Oof, cheeky. And he's given up. There we go, another one. 4 kills so far. I'm glad you're liking that game as much as I am. I did. Still do, to be honest. But seriously, that game though. Stop using HE Kasu, honestly, at this distance. It's just not working. Oof, nice high roll. Not sure if you're going to get that last kill though. Oof, you might though. I'm loving these reactions. Ah, yeah, sorry, Kimmich. I was focusing on the low HP targets. Oh my god, though. You got so lucky, you guys. But this was a great game as well, Kasu. I'm just still high on the tournament match. Fantastic game. This too. Very well played. Let's see. Not enough time to show you another replay, so I'll leave it at that. But oh my god. Honestly, I'll happily stream any tournament game like this, but now it's going to be Serenity versus EG, which is the number 1 versus number 2 according to the current ranking. So that's going to be bloody epic as well. So yeah. So now the 8 teams that are left are Saw, Shadow, BPS, the other BPS, Reckham, Serenity, EG, A1N1, and Loka. So just, wow. Seriously, guys, keep playing like that. I'll be a very happy streamer. Let's have a quick look. How long do we have left again? 7 minutes. Yeah, that means the invite will be up in about 3-ish? 2-ish, there is. Something like that. Oh my god, though. But yeah, overall, tournament meta is relatively boring in a way of the tanks that are picked. But at the same time, with the tanks that are picked with the fancy consumables and provisions and all, it makes the gameplay very diverse. You can't really guess what people are going to do, because you can do a lot with the tanks, because they're so versatile when they have the speed boost to get places fast, or to get out of places fast. So yeah. Not much else I can say or show. Obviously, I want this. I want to see what it looks like. Can you actually? No, you can't. I do like the idea of that, though. It's pretty. Obviously, I'm going to buy anything on my press account. But yeah. Serenity going past through the Marvel movies. First versus Infinity War, now versus Endgame. To be fair, that's pretty funny, actually. Oh, I want to see the Marvel movies again. I've actually binge-watched them not all too long ago, but I do love them. I love the humor in it, and the action is just so cool. But yeah. Oh, I always hate the waiting time. At the same time, I just don't want to risk missing the invite or the game glitching on me or anything. Serenity vs. Aegis is gonna be lovely. I mean, after that, how are things supposed to get better, you know? After that, we're going to have the winner of... Ooh, there you go. After that, we're going to have the winner of this versus A1N1 or Loka. So that's going to be epic as well. And after that, we've got the finals. I mean, at this stage, these teams are so solid, they don't need to take giant risks. So they can just... It's a fairly relaxed way to battle, because they're already in the top 8 anyway, again, with the today's tournament. So cup-wise, they're only going to do better. They're fine. But yeah. Plenty of time left for both teams to arrive and do their thing, decide what to take. EG, of course, very solid in how they play. They basically seem to have a bit of fun with it every now and again, not taking things too seriously. And that's basically because they're at a whole other level when they do take things seriously. Yesterday, though, they almost lost the game. They were not happy. At least I'm not assuming that they weren't happy, but they sort of like obliterated the enemy team the next game. So it's the no chance kind of thing. But yeah. 3.5 minutes left before we go into the match. Plenty of time still. We're basically just looking at the stream. So let's look at a map instead. We are going to Naval Frontier. Looks like this. You have 3 bases. Base A is the map base. Well, actually, technically speaking, with the way that the spawns are, base A should be the heavy base. And base C is the map base. Base B in the middle. Lots of lines of fire in all bases. What we see, I'm in randoms, people tend to go base A and B. But I find that in tournaments, it's mostly base C that is being contested. So that is pretty cool. I like it when a map is used differently in tournaments than it is in regular battles. I always go to base A. That's basically just my preferred starting point. It doesn't always work out for me because I'm played pretty aggressively, but A. So yeah. And that is the map that we are going to, making sure that it's not on the screen blocking anything for you. And with 2.5 minutes left to go, we have Serenity now completely ready. And each is still missing a person, but they will be ready. And we see Serenity ready with 2 Kranwagens, 3 E5s, an IS-4 and a Vickers. And on the other side, we see potentially Spaghetto and a TVP happening. So that's going to be very interesting to see. You have the DPM. But at the same time, you don't see them all that often in tournaments. And I feel that's because they also get eaten up quite easily. So this should be interesting. There you go. I was waiting for Frigid to arrive. And let's have a look. 1 minute 30 seconds left to go. Last AFK is the last one to not be ready up. But we see EG ready with 2 Spaghettis, 4 Kranwagens and a TVP. There we go. I was actually saying that they generally don't use spectators, but in this case they appear to do. I think that's also because they're basically trying out new tactics here. Let's have a look. Less than 1 minute left to go now. Both teams are completely ready. Very curious how the Spaghetti and the TVP are going to behave together. How that is going to go. And now we just wait, basically. To be fair, I feel these nights are always pretty long. Because when you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches in a day, that is a lot, to be honest. 15 seconds left to go, and then we go into the first game of this very epic matchup. And let's see, here we go. Lots of different avatars all around. Yeah, Kimmy's using an endgame avatar actually. Oh my god. Love the banter though. Let's see. Actually load in on time, which is always nice. And let's have a look. We see the spaghettis in the TVP heading towards the middle. Susie Bay holding. Pretty much no one really going for a base just yet. Toby has been spotted as he crosses over. So they know that there's at least someone there. For the rest, they have no idea who is where. Toby going for the base cap. He might get away with it. Base B is actually being kept. Ooh, big hit into Dog there. He does reset the base again though. And now he's keep reloading, but he lost quite a bit of HP. They do have a base though, and that will give EG the advantage here. So that has given them base B. Base A is completely uncontested, even though Devil is behind there. Shots being taken across. Let's see. Peeper Dog moving in, getting spotted. Probably wanting to steal base C, and he's doing just that. And all Toby can do to avoid that is just be in the base as well. But that is dangerous as well. Thing is that they're not getting any points. Serenity is getting the point advantage this way. There's nothing really they can do about it. So they're going for the cap again. And they're going after Toby at that. Ichi basically giving up base C here. And I'm not sure if they're giving up Toby or if Toby is just... Oof, Toby is in a very tough position here. But now Serenity has 2 bases. And that's going to be very dangerous for EG as well. It is EG. Winch moving in, taking another hit. Not looking too healthy. Toby has been taken out. Winch a very juicy target. Base A has been stolen, but Serenity has quite a big point advantage right now. Winch now reloading his clip. Spaghettis are moving in. Wanting to clip out Devil. Base B is being stolen and they really need that. Spaghetti's mainly there to make a distraction. They pushed him out of that position. In the meantime, at the back, Last and Object 3 are being set upon. Let's see if I can get you at a proper angle. Winch has been taken out. Last is not looking too healthy. Pipo Pla takes out Last, even though he's very unhealthy in HP as well. We have Object 3. Still alive, if barely. 915 points for Serenity so far. Susie Bay has been taken out. And there goes Object 3. 975 points for Serenity. And it looks like this is actually going to be Serenity's game. And they keep talking about how EG is a whole other level. And they are. They really are, in my opinion. But Serenity outplayed them this match. Brutal game, but lovely played. And I actually love the move that EG did here in the middle with the Spaghettis. Basically pushing the people away that would decap it. But I think in this case there are just too many juicy tanks, and Winch especially lost so much HP so quickly. That's not going to help you because it means you can do less because you're more likely to be destroyed. So I would be surprised if EG didn't pretty much drastically change their lineup here. We have Serenity now taking 2 Kranwagens, 3 E5s, an IS4 and potentially a Vickers if Jill readies up. And EG still has 1 minute And 10 seconds left to go before we go into the game. But the rest does need to ready up. I think they're discussing what they need to do. Let's see. 50 seconds left. And there we go. This is a more serious lineup, I believe. With potentially 3 Crown Wagons, a T20... there we go. 2 Crown Wagons, a T22, 3 E5s and an IS4. That's a more normal meta lineup. Ron kinds of line gets taken out. Orca gets moved in as spectator. And on the other side, everyone has 2 spectators. Let's see. 10 seconds countdown clock has begun. And we go into the second match for this evening. And here we go. I do love this camera though, it's so pretty. More and more people have it now. For about a year it was only R2K at the time that had it. The team from there. But it just looks so pretty. We have EG focusing again on the middle-ish side. But Serenity is doing something completely different now. They do get spotted crossing over, so they know that base A is going to be kept. Or at least attempted to. But Serenity is actually pushing there. Dog moving in to cap that base. Winch moving in to make sure that that doesn't happen. Object 3 losing quite a bit of HP there. Winch bouncing a bunch of shots. Oof, big hits into Winch. Basically what he needed to do he's done, but he's losing a lot of HP over it. EG now though, moving in with Susie Bay, who is immediately shot. Hollow Purple arriving, a Winch still holding in the middle, losing bits and pieces of HP. Spitfire is deciding to drop out. Kimmich unable to do the same, getting clipped out, which is going to be very costly HP wise. Winch gets taken out, but they're going to lose Kimmich over it. Spitfire is not looking too healthy. At the back there's also a brawl going on. Peepo Devil not looking healthy at all. He gets taken out at the same time as Kimmich did. And this is basically a big brawl, but HP wise EG has a massive advantage. And they have their guns more concentrated. Spitfires is taken out. Peepo Dog next in line. And even though we have Days there with Susie Bay, it's not going to be enough. Object 3 has been taken out. But Peepo Dog is almost gone. Not sure what Hollow Purple is doing. Days. Susie Bay not looking too healthy there. Last AFK gets taken out. But Peepo Jill is very low on HP. And there goes Susie. It is 3 versus 3, but HP wise there's an advantage for EG, especially since they can still double tap people. Days looking around, not continuing to though. Not sure what he did there, that seems like lag to me. But he has been taken out. EG has 2 bases, has a gun advantage, has a big HP advantage. And unless the Vickers magically gets 3 ammo racks. But he's probably not going to. He gets spotted and taken out pretty much instantly. And now we have only Peepo Plat. And he gets taken out as well. And the second game is for EG. Great game overall. That was just lovely. I mean, it started like Winch moving in there would be the biggest mistake, but EG actually turned that around, used Winch as pretty much a sacrificial lamb, as you can also see in what he managed to do in damage wise, because he was just there to hold, to keep that base from being capped. And because Serenity's gameplay was focused on basically Winch and that base, they got to they had to basically they couldn't well, I couldn't cope is not the right word. I can't brain, sorry. What I'm trying to say is that with Serenity's focal point being so much on the on base B, it allowed EG to slowly but surely take them apart, as in tank by tank they isolated them. And then the big hits started to fall. They kept it in tight little clusters of focus fire, and that was just brutal. And with 40 seconds left to go, both teams are ready. We have EG ready with a Kranwagen, 1 IS4, 2 T22 mediums and 3 E5s. Versus 3 E5s, a Kranwagen, 2 T22s and an IS4. Oh, one of them is moved out. Romka moved in quite quickly. 20 seconds left to go. Carolade moved out. And there we go. They do need to move him in though. Oh, you can't actually. Too many spectators. But here we go. That was a split second change, honestly. And here we are, the tiebreaker on Desert Sands. I wouldn't expect anything less than a tiebreaker from these guys, to be honest. They're the last team where we don't know what's going to happen. Loka won. BPS and BPS won. So it's BPS versus BPS for them in the next match. So that's going to be interesting as well. But we will have whoever wins this versus Loka. So that's going to be epic. In the meantime, we see the T22s moving against the T22s. Lines of fire happening as people cross over, but no damage has been done yet. The base not being taken immediately looked over. Oof. Hollow Purple taking a bit of a hit there. People Devil retreating. Holding at a different position. The E5s are almost there though, but so is pretty much all of EG. And in this case, Serenity is at a disadvantage even though they don't know it yet, because no one is in town. Actually, no, both teams have 2 people there. But Hello Purple seems to be in a spot where you can get cross shots in. Toby, the first one to see anyone. And we have EG moving in, going after Peepo Devil. That is the preferred target, so is Toby. And we have a big giant brawl happening straight away. Toby losing quite a bit of HP, but for some reason they've decided not to kill. There you go. Devil finally out for the count. Toby is as well. People Plat gets taken out next. Losses AFK, losing a lot of HP very quickly there. And he gets chased. He gets taken out. Both teams have lost 2 tanks. So it will be mainly about the focus fire. Hollow Purple, Kimmich there is pretty much caught alone. He gets taken out very quickly. People Jill, very low on HP. He gets taken out as well. It is 5 guns with a lot of module damage versus 3 guns. Spitfire is next in line. Object 3 is prepared to die for it. Winch gets taken out. 4 versus 2. And this is going to be EG's game, I dare to call, just because of the amount of guns. Object 3 is almost dead. He also has like massive module damage and crew damage. Not sure which is which. But yeah, with the icons, lots of things wrong with his tank. There goes Dog. And now we only have days left. Versus 3 focus firing tanks. This was a very brutal match. I think they thought that Toby was more alone than he was. And they pushed in and just like... Then everyone else had to respond. And in this case, EG was closer to respond. Very well played. Very quick game though. And there goes Days. And EG is through to the next round. All in all, great game. And in this, like I said, Toby was pushed and EG just responded faster. That I think gave them the upper hand in the focus fire bit, because they also went for the juicier target first, and then went for the E5s and everything. Very well played. So let's see what is up next. When is it up, I should say. So we have, oh, sorry, wrong one. EG versus Loka next. That's going to be brilliant as well in 16 minutes. That means I should be able to show you 2-ish replays. Let's see, what have I got? I'm actually eager to see this one, so I'm going to start off with that and see how much time we have left afterwards. It would help if my laptop opened it. And here we go. In the Spaghetti 46. This is one of my 2 favorite tanks right now. Absolutely love this tank. Let's have a look. Pretty camo. No legendary camo for this tank just yet. And let's see. No, seriously though. Custer just said that my icon brain story was a funny thing. Thing is, it's really frustrating when you can't think of words, when you know that you're not talking sense and you're not saying what you want to say, but you just don't know how to say it differently. There we go. This is generally a good position to be in. On a map like this, it's fairly easy to do loads of damage from this position. You do need to hit tank though. That was a bit of RNG mess. Oof. I mean, I know how this is going to end. It just doesn't seem like we'll get that result with the shots that have happened right now. A little bit of assisted damage there. Leo moving in. Not sure what that Leo is doing. Not sure the Leo knows what he's doing. Aside from going complete YOLO. Bye, we'll take it. So with the Tiger P and the J-Panther on one side, a bunch of other people on the other side. J-Panther has moved, which makes it easy to shoot him. There we go. There you go, nicely done. But yeah, me and auto reloaders, I just really like them. I don't like tier 9 loads, so I've kind of been neglecting my standard B. But just all in all, I just love the auto reloaders. And there we go. Another one down. Let's see. So there's 4 tanks left. We know a few of them are over there. I'm not sure where Casper is going. Probably wants to take out the T-49. But he decides to go long way around. And this is lovely. This is like a full clip worth of backside of a tank. No, there's the Sioux. Nice, just farming at this stage. You can't really shoot him there, that's lovely. Ooh, still drop down. I have 6 just shot. This is ranking up quite nicely damage-wise. That's gotta feel good. Let's see. Last one alive. He's got the HP, he's got nothing to worry about really. But it would be great if he got the kill. Ooh, that bounced though. There we go, well done. $5.4k damage in tier 8 with a lovely pools medal. Very well played. And yes, finality. Susie is shocked. Great game. Let's see, how much time did we have left? 8. I'm not going to risk it then. We're just going to have to look at my garage a little bit. Basically just... Oh, actually, no, I can. We've got the replays, we've got the time. Repositioning myself a little bit to be a bit more comfy. And I'm going to show you a game that is fairly quick, if I remember it right. Just don't know which is which. Ah, Naval Frontier. We were just talking about that. About the positions that I take in Veal. I love this tank, I really do. It makes me feel, I mean, it's a pike, so it's a fish, but it kind of makes me look like it's, feel like it's a sea serpent moving through the water. So let's see. Just look at that with the eyes and everything. It's just so cool. It's technically a fish, not a sea serpent, but it's no, love it. Even like with the little bluish, it's just the waves and everything. But yeah, I hate that it comes in crates. I'm actually, like I said, I'm surprised that Wargaming put a limit on it. As in the limits, as in the charms that you get. Like, you know that you will max spend like 200 euros for a pixel tank, but you will at least have it for 200 euros. If you don't get it from the crates. And just, I love the way how this tank looks. And in this case, this game is really funny because it gets quite some assisted damage. And this is for me how this tank works best, when people are shooting your team rather than you. So I get some ram damage in, push him out of his comfort zone, get him damaged some more. But basically, if you show yourself too much, you will lose HP over it. Him shooting the ground here is very helpful for me, gets that kill in, but then I get massively hit by the E100. I also bounced the STB, so that's also nice. But basically, this is what I mean. The tank is fairly situational. You need to be lucky to bounce stuff. And even though it's a brilliant tank, I love it because I love heaviums and that kind of playstyle just really fits me. It is something you need to be very careful with. Because this tank, it's not very forgiving for mistakes you make. So let's see. This stage I've done quite a bit of damage. I really would love a hit in the waffle, but as he shoots and pulls back, I know that that's not going to happen. So I turn around again, decide to focus on the E100 instead. Not had to use much Primo so far. He is looking at me. I've done 3k assisted damage. I derped that shot. Should have just used heat to heat his face. And now I'm a one-shot for pretty much anyone. But my team is massively winning, so I'm not too worried. And I really just want that E100 to show himself again. Let me get another shot in. And I'm lucky that he misses me there. And now I won't get another shot in. We will just... Oh, no, actually, I'm not sure. I think I do. And there we go. At 1k points, we win the game. I survive with 47 HP. And I really love the tank. 4.4k damage. 3k assisted damage. Not too bad. And the room invite isn't up yet, so that was actually perfect. I'm glad I went for the timing. So, EG versus Loka. Let's see. And Loka, again, really needs it, because leaderboard-wise, people are... the pressure's starting to get on. After today, there's only 2 days left for cups. And... just waiting for the site to load. Right now, Loka's actually in place 4. They don't need this. They're very secure. Never mind me. They're doing perfectly fine and basically can just have fun with this. Which is also a comforting thought, because you know that they can just try new tactics maybe, just have fun with it, not show the back of their tongue, so to speak, not show their trump cards and all of that. So that's a comfortable way to play, because you know you're in the top 4 for today anyhow, so at most you will gain a place, depending on what the other teams do. Ole! Shouldn't you be playing though? I mean, BPS versus BPS is going to happen. That's going to be epic as well. Three minutes left before we go into the game. Let's see. Loka now completely ready. With 4 E5s and 3 Kranwagens. That is definitely an interesting lineup. And on the other side, EG has not yet decided what they're going to drive. But we are going to main runes. Looks like this. 3 bases, 1 in the middle, difficult to cap. Base A and C, a bit more secure in a way. Lots of lines of fire in all the bases, to be fair. And it will be interesting to see what they do, because especially with the lineup like Loka, they can go anywhere with that speed boost. So that makes them very difficult to predict, and that's going to make this a very fun match, I think. Just making sure that the map is not on your screen anymore. AG now almost completely there. 2 minutes left before we actually go into the game, so that is plenty of time yet. Oh god. The Spaghetto 46 is not an OP tank, but it is fantastic. If you like auto reloaders, you really love this. Basically a Spaghetto 65 at tier 8. Just earns more credits and the gameplay is less serious. But it plays exactly the same. I just absolutely love it. EG almost ready. And there we go. EG taking 4 E5s to Kranwagens in the T22. That is a near enough same lineup. The only difference is that EG is taking T22 and Loka is taking another Kran. So that's definitely going to be interesting. Let's see. Ooh, Peter's here as well. We have Fudget here. 3 streamers here. 40 seconds left to go. Anything can happen. Like I said, I wouldn't expect this gameplay to be super serious. Because there's no pressure anymore for these guys. They know that they're solid in their place in the top 8. For Loka, it even means that it can only get better. So they're not really... It doesn't really matter what happens here anymore. And the reason that I say that is that the tournament game, it will definitely be fun. But if you see like weird decisions and weird mistakes, it's mainly just probably them trying something out. Because at this stage, you can sort of use these games to test some tactics and lineups and everything. And here we go. Oh, that looks pretty on a Kranwagen. The thing is that I've got so many certs and I'm afraid to use them. Mainly because I'm just like, if I've used them, I can't use them on another tank anymore. Oh, my camera is derping a little bit there. We have EG going for the middle with a little bit towards the base C side. Loka going for the middle as well. That might be a clash. No one's been spotted just yet. A speed boost helping them get there quickly. Romka has been spotted now. So have the E5s. Biggins is hollow purple there though. Romka taking some hits as well. Base C being taken by the Phoenix. Hollow purple losing more HP. He is in a very precarious position, not much he can do about it. Unif Benjaj losing quite a bit of HP as well. The Kranwagens from EG arriving at the back, creating a pincer movement. Hollow purple. Ooh, that miss though, that's very vital here. Phoenix is being set up on this side. Unif Benjaj and Hollow purple get taken out at the same time. Last's AFK is being chased. Phoenix not looking too healthy. But there goes Phoenix. Last's AFK still alive, if barely. I would be very much surprised if he survives this. But he does get another shot in. Oh! That was a fail. That was using HE to try and kill Last and he survived the roll. That's not going to happen again. Object 3 is gone as well. It is 4 versus 3. But that cost him precious time. Susie Bay now. Getting help from Romka. Ute getting set on fire here. And then put out of his misery. It is 4 versus 2. It looked to be going a different way though in the beginning. Fogtastic. In the middle there. Basically EG has the base. They just need to be careful. That is a good shot there. Winch now a one shot for anyone. So they have to be careful. Susie Bay moving in. That shot missing or bouncing, not sure, didn't see it properly. Susie Bay using the reactive armor. Yasio-tastic. They need to be careful though, they can't. Oof. And now it is 1 versus 3. Winch having a whopping 35 HP left. And that shot missing there. They're all low HP targets. They could potentially pull this off, but so could potentially Fogtastic. He just shot though. And that might put an end to his career. Ooh. He needs to be careful. He wants to go after Winch. Oh, that missed though. And now we have Winch arriving at the back of him. But before he gets any shot in, Carolade finishes him off. This was a very close game though. I mean, technically speaking, it could have gone every which way. There were more guns on EG's side though, so they had the advantage in that way. But they were all so low HP. The missed shots here, that, or at least the bounce and the missed shots, that made all the difference. And that HE shot on Lost's AFK. That just, it cost them too much. Great game though, overall. One minute, 25 seconds left before we go into the second match of this matchup. And then we'll see what happens if we get a tiebreaker for this matchup as well. So far, the matches today have been really good fun. I have to say that the tiebreaker with Serenity Infinity War, that is definitely my favorite game of the evening so far. I could be proven wrong, but that was really epic. And so close. Let's see. We have EG now ready with 4 E5s, 2 Kranwagens in the T22 versus 3 E5s, 3 Kranwagens, and potentially a T22 if Velosaur rallies up in this. Let's see if he actually does that. 20 seconds left to go. No, he goes for a 2 and a 5B. Interesting choice. It has the DPM and potentially the armor as well. But T22, T22. Oh god, this brain derp is just honestly. T22 is very true as well. And here we go into the second match of EG versus Loka. Let's see. Up and away. We see pretty similar movements like we did last time. There's places to get stuck in this map, honestly. Basically mirror movement of what happened last time. The Kranwagens arrive. Oh, but now we have Phoenix going into base B. Unspotted so far, that's not going to last. Loka being very forwards here, taking base B by force. Losing a little bit of HP over it, but so far Phoenix is uncontested and he's getting that base. That is a very cheeky play by Loka. And I think they want to get Carolade. Carolade in precarious position, that shot missing though. But there's not much he can do, and there's 3 tanks in front of him. Big hit into Foxtastic though. Object 3 relocating to get behind him to support him. Base C has been taken, but Loka has a point advantage here. And they're sort of hunkering down. Base A will be very hard to take, and it's actually Venusaur that's going to take it for Loka. But it's basically out of EG's reach. And that's going to give Loka a big advantage here, if they get away with it. And of course Venusaur is holding behind the rock so that he can't get shot at. And basically EG will have to find a way to break the line here. Big hits into Foxtastic there. Carolade losing little bits and pieces of HP. Object 3 not exactly pushing. Position wise, Loka has them right now. I mean, I expect EG to make a move and then we will see whether or not that move works. Playmaker having been spotted, Hollow Purple moving in as well. EG is definitely making a move, forcing a reaction from Loka. Fogtastic getting hit more. And we basically have a runaround happening here. Great track shots. Oof, this buildings. Unif Bajaj losing a lot of HP. On the other side of the battle. Playmaker now in trouble. Unif Bajaj has been taken out. Playmaker has been taken out. Like I said, I do expect EG to make a move, and they did. Romka has been taken out, but so has Fogtastic. Base C is now being taken. Loka is getting a definite advantage in the ways of points here. Base B is being stolen. Carolade has to stay alive if they want this to work, and he takes him out. Winch has taken base B. Loka not out for the count just yet with 2 bases. And potentially Susie Bay at an end here. And that end is going to be very vital to this match for Loka. 895 points. They all need to stay alive if they want this to work. Base A has been stolen as well. 920 points. They really want that last kill. They kind of needed Loka, that is. They are focusing Venusaur. And they're going after base C, which is a good call. And there we go. That basically sealed Loka's fate. They can't take it home anymore now, especially not with the base being kept. Ute has been taken out, and now it's just the Phoenix that is left. And Hollow Purple is arriving there to get some shots in as well. And with just a tiny bit of HP left, Phoenix survives it, but EG wins it. What a game, though. This was again one of those games that is very close, and then at pretty much the last minute, victory is snatched away from the jaws of defeat. It was a little bit... No, it wasn't as close as the game on Desert Sands with Serenity and Infinity War, to be fair, but if the 215B had managed to survive this, and then they could have taken out the E5, and that could have potentially had them win the game. It was close, but very well played by EG here. And that is this match up and over as well. So let's see, when do we have the next game happening? At 9:08, so 20 minutes from now. Let's see, I've got some more replays lined up for you. Let's have a look. I'm going to show off my new little bug member of my channel, Ferris. Kind of curious how this is gonna go. BPS versus BPS is still happening. Kind of curious how that is going as well. Here we go. Scorpion without the legendary camo driving into the Vickers, looking sideways. No supremacy, just encounter. So no points involved. Let's see. Does look pretty though. It looks a bit weathered. Noise hit. When you've got no armor though, when you know that there's a met in the corner, you have to be very careful. There's actually 2 of them. That did not ban. Ooh, if he stays there. No, he's not gonna. Nice, that hit. They're all getting in each other's way. It's kind of like trying to find the balance of helping your team and not giving up your position too much. T49 being toxic. Let's see. Indian Panther gets blown up here. Oof, that bounce. Cheeky shot by the J Panther too, though. Well played. Use the fix-it kit, Ferris. You need to fix yourself. There you go. $63 HP left. Oof. And now he has to be very careful. Nice hit there, though. There we go. Skoda out of the way. T49 is somewhere there as well, though. There he is. And that's the other very dangerous one. Oof, that didn't pen. Or didn't hit, but at least it did no damage. That's a dangerous thing to do when it's just you and one other. So many one-shots. Nice, well done. And so they're turning things around, slowly but surely. Oof. Basically, the T49 is the biggest threat here. Lol, asking where when it's known. Seriously, you've shot him, he's been shooting you, and you think he's AFK? Wow. Nice, that was very, very needed. No, he's not a complete idiot. Not a complete potato. Let's see, not sure where he's going though. What if he's just going to go to the base and hope for the best or something? Oh god, I was actually right. This is where I would love to have adrenaline. This is way more dangerous than just peeking around the corner, to be fair. There you go, now he's a one shot. Generally well thought out though, Ferris, just by moving around, waiting until you're unspotted and then changing positions. He's no longer in the base though, so you have to find him. And that's going to be dangerous. This is also why I like that you have Premo loaded. Because that just basically gives you more security to actually pen. There you go, well done. GG is generally not a good thing to say, though. It can come across as very, very condescending. Let's see. Lovely game, though, all around. Well done. So let's see, what else have I got? Ooh, I'm gonna watch this one as well. Because I don't know these things, because I don't see it in the gun, but from what he described, he's not using derp, and I like that. I'm not a fan of the derp either. I feel that it performs a lot better with another gun. And yes, you can get lucky and do massive damage with the derp gun, but it's just not consistent. I'm not a fan. So let's see. It's always funny, by the way, when you're not driving a tank with a derp gun. People expect you to have the derp gun, so they will be like very surprised if you suddenly shoot them again. Lovely sky. I would love to have weather effects, to be honest. That little wargaming badge, though. That's so cool. Like on the front of his tank. See that? Does that come with a camo, or is that an attachment? Probably has to be an attachment. Cool, though. I think you found them. A little bit of derp in the replay itself. And that bounce is not going to help. There you go, nice. And another one. Activating adrenaline. And he's probably just like all shocked. Teammate taking him out, well done. Nice high roll. Nice. Team slowly but surely just bullying the enemy team. Only 2 people left. Nice. There's some nice assisted damage there, though. Not even a high damage came, but lovely aggressively played. I love the badge, though. What's the second? I think you gave me the wrong replay. He had like a very epic ace game. I was like, this doesn't feel like an ace at all. And it wasn't. Oh, you nub. Right, one more quickly before we get the room invite. I'll tell Raresh later that he gave me the wrong replay. Let's see. I was just gonna say, it would help to load in. This used to be one of my favorite tanks in the game. And there's just so many new tanks since then that I enjoy more. It's like Chieftain's definitely, it's not a bad tank at all in any way. I just like other tanks better. I think I already showed this one though. Did you submit it twice? Let's see. It looks very familiar to me. No, it's not the same. Oh wait, I started the wrong one. Never mind me. I'm an idiot. Oh well, we'll watch this then. I'll save the other one for another day. Overall, I like the forwards game that you've got going here. Even if you can't really... There you go. Basically, my brain is gone by this time of night. I'm glad we only have one game left. I'm really looking forward to seeing it, don't get me wrong. But I'll also be glad when the streaming evening is over. There's an Emil there. Oh, sorry, Kronwagen. Nice hash. And he's just standing there. And now he's moving. Oof. Big hits there. There you go. The thing is that when you say GG to the enemy team, people tend to do that like always. The thing is that if it's like a 7-0 win, it is not a good game. It may be a good game to your team, but it definitely isn't to the enemy team. So personally, I just don't say it all together. Oof. I don't say it all together, except as if it is to my own team, because sometimes the team just works really well together. So saying it to your own team is always fine, but saying it to the enemy team is generally actually really toxic, even though you might not have meant it as such. This is a good short game to have, though, before the next match. There we go. This is a not too healthy 2-3. The Jaeger got taken out. Lovely assisted damage as well. He's not gonna be there anymore. And he gets another hit in. But there you go. Mutsu taking it home. In a lovely little quick game. And now we just have a minute or so before the Roman fight comes. That's perfect. First class with 2.4k assisted damage. Wait, is the Roman fight already here? Yeah, it is. Oof. Let's see. EG versus BPS. The other BPS. There's no first or second BPS, there's just two BPSs. And they're just teams in their own rights. Very good teams. So very much looking forward to seeing this. I actually met one of the H2O guys earlier today in battle. I was doing my season on the E50M and I got absolutely wrecked. I found basically all their TDs. And he aced it with 6k. I asked for the replay, but I got no reply. So let's see. Both teams completely there. Just need to decide on tanks and ready up and everything. Three and a half minutes left to go before we actually start the game. And we're starting it off on Desert Sands. Desert Sands is a map that we've seen a lot today, to be honest. As Tiebreaker map, but also as main map now. And I get that the map pool is quite small, but I think that is a bit too much of a good thing. When there's so many maps to choose from. Ah, okay. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin just said you get the badge from enriching the tank. So if I enrich the Su-152, I get the badge. I wonder if that means that my Panthera is got the badge. I'll have to check after the stream, because this is my press account, so I can't check it here. So yeah, this is the map that we're starting on. 3 bases, 2 in the city-ish area, 1 in the desert area. I don't expect this to be a capping game though. I expect this more to be a brawlish game in the desert area around the plane, because that is usually how things end up. Two minutes, 25 seconds before we go into the start of the last matchup of this evening. Both teams nearly ready, but not quite. Last AFK still has a tier 9 selected, and I'm pretty sure he won't be taking that. But BPS is ready with no less than 5 E5s and 2 T22 mediums. And on the other side we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 E5s, a 215B and 1 T22 medium. That's going to make for interesting brawls. And I do think it's going to be brawls. 1 E5 has magically changed into a Kranwagen now. That's definitely going to be fun to watch. Thing is, that was so funny though, actually. I enriched my Panthera, thinking that I got like, I play this tank so much, it's worth the investment. And then I enriched it and I checked it and I actually had like 15 battles on it. I had the gold to spend and it's fine. But it was a bit disappointing after I found that out. Thing is that I play the Spaghetti 46 a lot, and whenever I die I just pick the Panthera to play next, if I don't want to wait until my Spaghetti 46 is out of battle. 55 seconds left before we go into the game. And then we'll see how this probable brawl fest is going to end. I think it was H2O Clio that is the tank. "30 seconds left. And then we get to see the finals for today. Here we go, countdown clock has begun. And into the game we go. Oh, this camo is so nice. I need to ace this tank a bunch of times in order to get it. I just don't like driving it, so I keep driving other things instead. And let's have a look at where they're gonna go. Susie and Romka heading into town together with Object 3. The rest crossing over. Not knocking down the trees. This is a good thing. Basically, a lot of people knock down the trees, not realizing that you're actually giving away your position with that. BPS being very forwards. Clio going for a cap. Or maybe not. Managed to get away with it. Taking only one little bit of HP damage there. But all of BPS is here. Evil Fantasy has been spotted. And digs down. Hollow Purple is at the back there. Getting a shot in there. So they know that there's someone camping. Kuma now capping base A. Susie Bay holding last AFK is retreating through the spawn, or maybe just staying in the desert and taking a different position. And basically A5s are holding BPS in the corner. Last AFK on his way to base C, I think, to cap it. Clio going over. Dangerous to go off on your own though, to be fair. Brave move. Lost AFK and Clio spotting each other. And Lost AFK decides to not be there. But they're also not going to cap the base. I'm surprised at that. Because at this stage, with BPS having the base, they have the advantage. Yeah, points aren't everything, but it does help. Last AFK going back through the spawn. Object 3 taking a bit of damage there. Romka going over there as well. Taking damage as well and getting set on fire for a little bit. Not sure what they're doing, to be honest. EG. Oh. Getting spotted by Komi there, who's holding. They can't really move anywhere without being seen. But them not having any bases is a tricky thing. Hollow Purple using the speed boost to get to the middle. Komi losing a little bit of HP. Thing is that whichever way they push, they will know that they're coming. We have Toby now moving, getting tracked. Komi pulling back, basically upping the distance. Radakoso, I should say, losing HP. Komi overextending here a little bit. EG taking big hits here. But they're basically all pushing in and all of BPS is reacting. Cleo losing a lot of HP, so is Komi. Basically HP is going down, but it's going down across the board rather than in one specific target. Komi gets taken out. Toby gets taken out. Edgar is the next preferred target. They need to call a target and stick to that. Object 3. Edgar is not going to survive this. There he goes. Hollow Purple has been taken out as well. Gassio getting focused fired here. And getting out of there. Whereas Ricky takes out Object 3. Gassio not looking too healthy. Radakoso being set up on Cleo taking him out. Sorry, yeah, Cleo takes him out. And survives a split second longer. Ricky not looking too healthy either, but will get another shot in. Base C is being taken. Cleo has been taken out. Thing is with base C, they're basically securing it because Kuma has 19 HP left. And now it's just Evil Fantasy who's putting back. And Kuma. Kuma has to stay alive. That is the most important thing. If he gets spotted, if he dies, then it's pretty much game over. So they're going after Evil Fantasy instead. And now Kuma has been spotted. Will he be able to get away with it though? 900 points. And now base C is being under attack. And this is needed, but at the same time, EG is again taking it back. Last AFK, not looking too healthy, but he takes out Evil Fantasy. And then at 880 points, they have two bases. Kuma, 19 HP exactly, but still alive. They have to make sure the shot counts. Oh, and there we go. Romka takes him out. And with a flying turret, the game goes to EG. The flying turret is actually balancing itself in the ground, which is funny on its own. But what a game. This was again so close though. I think if Kuma had actually... Well, no, to be fair, they had no other option. With the 215B capping, that made all the difference. Taking back that base C. 1 minute and 25 seconds before we go into the next game. And now it's potential match point for EG. BPS has to win 2 in a row to take it home. EG just needs the 1. And we have BPS now ready with a 2 and 5B, 2 T22s, 3 E5s and a Vickers. So less armor, more mobility overall. And on the other side we see a... No, maybe not. Hollow Purple is not yet decided, but we see 2 T22s, 3 E5s and IS4, and whatever Hollow Purple is taking, but he sticks with the Kranwagen. So, and those are the lineups that we get for the second match on Desert Sands. If EG wins this, then they have won the finals for today. "20 seconds left to go. And then we get to see what happens. I'm kind of curious about the lineup from BPS though. With the mobility, yes. But it can be very tricky. And here we go. I think they feel that if they had managed to run around more, then they would have had the last match. And it is potentially the truth. Pretty pink camo there. And here we go. Again, movements toward the desert side. In this case, BPS not leaving anyone behind in the city. Kuma gets spotted but takes no damage for it. Whereas EG takes a little bit of damage as they cross over. We have Evil Fantasy holding at the back there. Kuma deciding to not want to be there, which gives Winch the ability to cap the base. But Cleo resets him. And that is, I think, very important here. Even if you might take some damage in turn. Pretty much we have 2 hotspots here. All of BPS and EG. Susie losing a little bit more HP as he joins them, as does Cleo. And they kind of need to push, and at the same time it is very dangerous to do so. Susie, the preferred target, being kept secure, still taking damage though. And there he goes. And that is 1 tank out of the equation. The rest of BPS now arriving, as is the rest of EG. We are entering a brawl. I did say this is a brawly map. There goes Object 3. Winch the next preferred target by the looks of it. Or Toby, not entirely certain. Cleo gets taken out. Winch almost gone as well. Kuma has been taken out. As has Winch. There goes last. BPS actually has a gun advantage here. They have an HP advantage. It is 5 versus 2. Gassio can take another hit, but not another one. They are taking out Radicals. They are taking out Hollow Purple. And this game will be for BPS. And there he goes. Again with a flying turret that balances itself into the ground. Well played by BPS. That extra mobility did help them out here. And that brought along some DPM. Very well done. That's gotta feel good though. I mean, it's EG. Even if it's just one game. And I have to stress that I don't expect these games to be like utter serious. Because at this stage, it doesn't matter for them what is going to happen. Because they're both solid in the top 8. Especially EG at first place. They've no... Basically, they don't need to... There's no pressure on them. They don't need to try hard. 1 minute and 12 seconds left to go before we go into the final match of this evening. A tiebreaker. Always love tiebreakers in finals especially. Because it just means that the teams that have reached this are, at the moment, playing pretty much equally skilled. And It is EG, and I know what I've said, but at the same time, BPS did just get a victory against them. But now we're going to Dynasty Sprawl, and Dynasty Sprawl is meh. It's small. And we see that EG is taking 2 mice, 3 E5s and 2 IS4s. Versus an E6, don't see that very often. 3 IS4s, a Bachat, an AMX 50B and a mouse. That's definitely an out-of-the-box thinking lineup, basically. And I like that. But it's also very risky to take that sort of thing. But again, as I said, it doesn't really matter to these guys who's going to take it home. Because this BPS is actually currently in 3rd place, so they can afford to just not take things too seriously and to try out new things. And if you want to know for sure if something works or not, it would be against EG. And again, I'm not saying that that is what they are doing, but I mean that this is a very quirky lineup. It is an interesting lineup for sure, but it's not a real meta lineup, so it's not really a safe lineup, so to speak. That's what I mean. Let's see. Everyone heading towards the base C side, on EG side. Whereas BPS is way more spread out. No one's spawning each other just yet. The Bachat going into base A straight away. And Ricky might be finding more tanks than he bargained for. Winch losing a little bit of HP there. And a little bit more. And now BPS has the base advantage. But EG is pushing. And basically packing as a wolf pack. Moving in together. And just going for it. Cleo in the Bachat losing HP to Winch. Basically this is tricky because you have Toby now arriving at the back. The focus fire is hard to do when you have so many close quarter targets. And HP is dropping a lot very quickly. Susie Bay is still alive but will be taken out. There he goes. Ricky not looking too healthy either. There he goes. Hollow Purple. Next preferred target. Gets taken out as well. Basically tanks are dropping pretty evenly along both sides. Right now BPS still has an HP advantage, but they've lost the gun advantage here. And that's going to be very risky as well. Winch has arrived, which doesn't help matters for them. Toby is almost gone. Cleo is reloading his clip. And Toby gets taken out. 4 versus 4. Evil Fantasy has lost a lot of HP though. And overall, EG's tanks. Alright, good night, it's a win, says Susie. To be fair, I'm not really disagreeing. They have a gun more. And they have a very juicy Bachat, which is not going to be good for them. And he gets taken out. 2 versus 4. Kuma, next preferred target. Object 3 gets taken out. And I don't think, yeah, he gets hugged to death. Gassio, the last one alive. Really wants to take out Winch. I don't think they're going to let him. He's just keeping getting tracked and hit very brutally here. Not much he can do. And there he goes. That's going to be the end of him. He just drives on forwards and now he's just stopping. And there he goes. That is the end of Gassio. And with that, it is EG that takes home the victory for today. But BPS did get a win. And that is something to take home as well. Well played by both teams. In this case, EG pushing that. It just had such a threat behind it. It was lovely. Lovely to see. But just because BPS was actually more spread out and EG was pretty much only missing Winch, it was a weird kind of cluster thing that they got going on. But it worked out. And then with the focus fire and everything, yeah. And just a little bit less armor on BPS's side. But well played by both teams. Well played by EG. Congratulations to winning tonight. And let's see what happened in the third place match. BPS beat Loka. So we have first place EG, then we have BPS, and then Loka. So well played by all the teams tonight. Thank you for the lovely game. Still say that the match between Serenity and Infinity War on Desert Sands, seriously, you had me on the edge of my seat. That was fantastic. But that is it for me tonight. I wish you all a very good night. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you all for watching. And I'll be back on Tuesday to stream the next second day of Proof Your Skill. Good night all and have a great weekend. Bye bye.